another video here, another weekend hangout, and I'm ready to get this thing going. Just a couple quick things that I want to cover here before we get going. So first and foremost, this video is going to be a little bit different than some of the lives in a good way, I think. This one's all going to be about interaction. I want to have conversations in the comments. So if you're here for the first time, put a 1 in the comments and let me know this is your first time here. I'd love to be in touch with you. I want to talk. I want to interact. So what I'm going to do here, rather than what we've done before where I'm building and hanging out and talking, in this one, I want to take you through the current version of my agency website and show you how we have the menu set up in general. And so it's still not perfect. It's not quite where I want it. And there's some tweaks that I need to make and some cleanup that I need to make or need to do to the menu, but we're getting close. So without any further ado, let's jump into the site. So if you've seen the site before, you're going to know that it's been rebuilt. I just recently took it. Really, I had built this site with Divi. Ooh, Lord, I don't even know. It's been a long time, like many years. My agency website had been on Divi, and I've brought in tons of different plugins, different add-ons for Divi, tons of different things with Divi, and got to the point where Divi's just, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just clunky. Like it's slow, it's bloated as far as the code, right? The platform and what shows up on the front end, they fixed that. So I don't mean bloat as in like the standard conversation that people have about Divi being bloated because it loads all this code. They have addressed that, and if you're not familiar with it, you can search it, Divi bloat, and there's plenty of conversations that are old out there about it already, or it's still being bloated, or it being bloated in the past. And then there's some conversations about the speed enhancements that they made about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. Time frame's a little bit fuzzy because of everything that's been going on the last few years. So it could be off a little bit on that time, but I say that to say that Elegant Themes has fixed it. But that's not the reason I switched. I wanted super lightweight, futuristic code, modern code. I wanted something that worked really well. John, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Dude, you're clockwork. I massively appreciate you always come and hang out. And so rebuilt the agency website with Bricks Builder a little earlier this year. And there's a couple things that are being used here that that are not standard in Bricks Builders or in the Bricks build. So I did use Bricks Extra, and that's probably the only thing that's outside the standard Bricks install. But I did this for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to try something else that was out there. I've been using Divi for a long time and wanted to see the others that were out there. So I built a couple sites in Oxygen, built a couple of them with Breakdance actually, and then kind of landed on Bricks. And I like Bricks. I'm torn right now between Breakdance and Bricks, especially with version 1.3 of what Breakdance is putting out there. But I really want to get into the back end. I'm going to pull up the builder. I'm going to walk through the site, but first let me show you sort of the way this thing interacts, the way the menu behaves. So when you're on desktop, it's standard, right? There's nothing crazy about what it is. It's just a menu, there's a button, and there's a drop-down menu, and that's pretty much it. Nothing revolutionary here, nothing crazy and outside the box. What I do really like and what I want to focus on in this video is the mobile responsiveness version of the menu. So whenever I start coming down, let me get that out the way. When I come down here, the menu is going to shrink, and you've got this hamburger menu or hamburger trigger. This is actually part of, let me move me real quick. This is actually part of Bricks Extras. And so the button stays, but you've got this hamburger trigger, and what we're triggering here is an off-canvas menu, which I'll show you the structure of it here in a little while, but I want to show you the functionality first. Right? So if you click the hamburger menu, the hamburger activates, and I have the accessibility all on. So you can click here, it's going to slide out, it's going to adjust. Still got my call to action. I can press escape to exit. And let me actually turn off accessibility controls. Let's see if I can find out where. I don't often use the plugin. It's not really for me, but all right. So here, you can click off. You could click on the X, or you can press escape if you're on a computer. And so this allows for quick access, quick closing, quick navigation, but it also it's really good for a phone, right? Because the menu's down here. It's not the hamburger menu up at the top. That stuff just drives me crazy. Like, I tried so hard, and honestly, if we're being real, this is one of the reasons why I left Divi, because it was really hard to do these menus without a bunch of add-ons. And you could position them, you could make them open up, towards the top rather than the bottom, but you couldn't control the layout. And every time I always tried to put some custom code behind the Divi menus, things just acted weird. Whether it was widths of the menu or links or things like that, it just always acted strange. So I wanted to find something where I could really take control of the menu and build something that was quite a bit different and something that was really useful. So that's what I did here, and that's what we're going to walk through in the back end today. So I'm going to pull up the Bricks builder specifically for the footers, or sorry, for the headers in this case. So we'll go down here to our entire website header, and we'll edit it inside of Bricks. Let me go back to the corner. All right, so we're here. You could see there's a couple different things, right? We've got the header row, and we've got this off canvas. The off canvas we have hidden in the builder because I don't necessarily want it to show up here. When I do, it looks funky because I never really optimized it for desktop size because I didn't need it. But when I shrink down here and unhide it, the canvas shows up where it's supposed to. You can click on here and it'll show you, it'll act the way it's supposed to act. Like clockwork. I don't know if you can hear him in the background when my cat's freaking out again. It's like he knows when the camera's on. If you got a cat and you're watching this at any point, drop a little cat emoji in the comments. I'm curious who's got cats too. So here, you can jump between all the different sizes, all the different breakpoints. But what I'm focused on is this. So this right here in the header wrapper is this burger trigger. And this is, again, part of Bricks extras. So I've got the burger trigger. It's an animated slider. I've got, let's see, it's been a little while since I've done this. So I've got the burger trigger class on there, which I don't know if I styled anything. I'm not sure if there was a reason for it, but it is there. Positioned it, block, wanted to make it to the left side. You can position that and style the trigger really however you want. Once that was done, it was really all about this off-canvas layout. And so that's why I did okay, that makes sense why I gave it the class. So let's go back here. You give this the burger trigger class so that the off-canvas knows which action, when clicked, will actually trigger it. So the click trigger is this burger trigger, and slide in, you can pick from the bottom, from the left, from the right, from the top. I want it to come up from the bottom because it's going to be positioned there. And so I really did that. And then the backdrop is everything up here. So you can adjust the opacity. I can make it to where it completely blanks it out, to where it's just a little transparent. You have full control over that. You can disable the backdrop to where it just slides in and keeps the site there. I really wanted to hide the website so that when you click on the menu is what's in focus, more so for this call to action. I wanted it to stand out. And then, you can change the backdrop color again. You can click the backdrop to close. That's where whenever you click off up here, it closes that menu. That was by design again. I didn't want somebody to get stuck in the menu and really be hung up there and not know how to get out. So it gave them a lot of ways. You can click off of it. You can click this X button. You can press escape. And let me find where the escape is. Guess we'll find that as we kind of go through this. But the layout inside of this off canvas is really is the big thing, right? So you can change the height. Again, the off canvas, I set the whole height as a minimum of 45 view height and a maximum of 75. I did not want it to go over a certain part of the screen because I wanted people to realize and get that depth, pull the menu up and realize that it's over something. And then you go inside of the div, and this is where you can really do whatever it is that you want to do. So I wrapped the whole thing, the whole menu wrapper in a div, and then its layout is set to flex, or it's displaying in flex, and it's displaying as a column because I've had these three elements. So I've got the div that's up top, which has, you know, a horizontal div with the logo, this text field, and then this icon, and we'll expand that real quick. So inside of there, even, I've got another one because I wanted this div to stack, and then here, there's just multiple layers of things that I need to stack. So it's the beauty of things like Bricks Builder or like Oxygen or even Breakdance, where you can add in that div. You're not restricted. Like what was once futuristic with Divi, being able to do sections and blocks or sections and columns and modules and rows, is now super restrictive because this truly is freedom. Like you drop in divs inside of here however you want, divs and divs and divs, and you can make it what you want. So I've got the main div that wraps all of it, the header div here, and I've got another wrapper that has the image, and then it's got the two options over here, the two modules over here, one that's just the basic text and one that is this icon. So the icon has this close menu class, which is assigned to it as well. So this one works to close the off-canvas menu. So you can close that menu specifically with this icon. It hits it close, and this is built into the off canvas. So this ID class of close menu will shut it down, and that's pretty easy to manage. So once you're done with this header or the top information, I've got this slider menu, and this one I believe is in Bricks Extras as well. Let's see, slide menu. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's part of Bricks Extras, and it's a great menu, right? It just slides up. It's great for mobile. It looks great. You can use it in a lot of other ways, but it's really made well for the mobile. And then below that, I've got that call to action button, which is going to a discovery call, trying to get people to go through and sign up on the client website. And so this menu is something that you have 100% control over. It's easy to use, and yeah, let me take a break from here. I'm gonna jump out of this menu real quick. I'm gonna hide the off canvas, and we're gonna come back and kind of walk through a little bit more of this layout. All right, guys, sorry. I had to take a quick second, go and handle some business here. My cat, I just gotta calm him every once in a while. So having seen a little bit of this, got 3 people here, appreciate you guys and girls. Drop a comment if this is your first time here. Drop a 1 in the comments. I'd love to say hey. And I'm just going through here. You'll be able to see, switch back on the screen. If just catching up what I'm doing. Appreciate the message, John. This one, I agree with you. John just sent me a message on the side saying this is a must-watch video because it's going to help people decide which platform, which builder they're going to use. And I agree. It's kind of why I wanted to do a video like this, because the abilities to build the layout that you want is not something you're going to see on their site. You don't know what these things have to offer until you get into it and you use it and you see if it fits into your workflow, you see if it fits with your use case. And this menu is one of them that I've been wanting to build for a long time. I could picture it in my head, and I've seen it used in other places. Just the tools that I was using really didn't allow me to do that, but that's not the case anymore. So again, if you haven't seen, we're looking at my agency website and we're looking at Bricks Builder. What's happening? Timo. Is it Timo? Good to meet you, man. But what we're looking at here, again, is this mobile menu. That's what I wanted to focus on. We'll walk through the setup again real quick. So this is Bricks Builder, and it's Bricks Extras. Bricks Extras gives this off-canvas layout, which is super useful, and you can use it for not just menus. I mean, you can use it for anything. Slide out like really anything. An additional menu, if you want it on desktop, you can have a hamburger that you click and it slides this off canvas out. The use cases really are pretty unlimited. And so you've got these divs inside of there, and this is the power, and this is kind of what we're talking about earlier. Divs inside of divs, which makes the layouts really endless. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. So we've got this whole div that wraps the whole menu. We've got the header that's got the image and the closing, and these are dynamic. So you click the X, it'll close the hamburger. If you press escape on the keyboard, it'll close that. The slider menu again, and this is one that's just built out inside of WordPress. So I didn't want to build something that's custom, that's not accessible. I wanted to build something that was built inside of WordPress to where you can tab through it for accessibility. I'm gonna watch some of your videos and they help me a lot. Hey man, glad they could help. I do them a little bit for myself to document, but also to make sure that I'm going through and learning these, and I'm really put them out there hoping that they're gonna be of some use to somebody else. So hearing that they do is super awesome. I appreciate it, man, and have a good day at work. And then, the button, the call to action button is crazy important. This is, I mean, for an agency website or any site that's looking at conversions that's beyond just a brochure, you need to have something like this. It's crazy, crazy critical. And in other builders, it's just not that easy to do. So that's one thing that I love about Bricks. I mean, again, it's 100% creative control. All right, folks, one more second. All right, folks, we back. I've captured him. Say hi, buddy. Yo. Sometimes he gets a little bit crazy, makes a lot of noise, so gotta treat him like a little baby. He's an old dude, so got 18 years underneath him. So sometimes he gets a little bit crazy and starts making a bunch of noise and staring at himself and his reflection in the dishwasher. So here we are. But back to this, I think that Bricks Builder, just for its flexibility, is a hell of a choice. If you're on the fence and trying to figure out which one you're going to go with, that's the way. Where you going, dude? You leaving? Oh, he's a character. All right, so let's see this thing in action on the front end one more time, and then I may have to shut this one down just because of him. But on the front end, again, as I mentioned, when you shrink this thing down, you bring the menu up, you can click off of it. Everything is super duper incredibly smooth. And let me move you out the way. Everything is smooth. Everything just works, and it's responsive, and it works the same in Chrome and Safari. It just works across everything, and it's super easy to build. You see, there's not that many layers. There's not that many pieces to the puzzle. And once you have that div wrapping inside of that off canvas, it's crazy easy. What you upset about, dude? Why are you mad, bro? All right, and let's go over to Bricks Extras real quick. Since I'm talking about it here, I do want to be fair, because it's not just a matter of getting bricks. You do have to go and get Bricks Extras. So I did pay the one price, $139, unlimited sites forever, all future updates. It's not that much, and there's a ton of really cool features. You've got all these additional things. So that off canvas, this is what I was talking about and showing you. This could be great for email signups, but hey, it's okay. Go ahead. So you got this burger trigger. This is the one that I used. You can put the hamburger anywhere. You can trigger a class. It's got all the animation options. It's simple and easy and very powerful, and I freaking love it. There's dynamic tables. There's all kinds of stuff. So check that one out, pick it up, and yeah, I appreciate you all watching, but I got to roll. See you next video.